but Raiko is playing for seeding.
That is correct.
Right, in the bottom we have the Group E match between Zebra Unicorn and FailStream, and we're actually off. Zebra Unicorn has 3-0 and is already through. FailStream fighting to clinch advancement to the bracket round. He is 2-1. He loses. He still has a shot. He has another shot to clinch.
And we had a sword in Link's house right away. So three of our runners have a sword. Raiko looks to be doing the Houlihan strat, so he should be getting his sword shortly.
Ooh, bombs right off the bat for Zebra Unicorn.
So clarisdatcom is doing the dam strat, and the two runners on the bottom are doing the uncle start, and Raiko is doing the Houlihan. So we have a few different strats going on at the beginning here, all very valid and could work out for our runners. So we'll see where they go from here.
Looks like the Group B race is going the same way. They're going to do the escape. And Raiko getting his sword. All right, we have a map. The seed is, by the way, the same for everybody here. Against Tower of Hera and Desert Palace are crystals. Eastern Palace is not.
And it's a common route to take if you get a permanent weapon at Link's house, if you do the Uncle route, or in the Uncle route itself, to just go ahead and do escape while you're here. So we see both of our bottom runners going ahead with that.
Only downside of doing that really is if something winds up being in the dark room.
And clarisdatcom is continuing with the south route in the mini Moldorm cave.
Yes, Sackdays, there was going to be 4. This is all the same seed. There are 2 different races. Ooh, and Claris taking a death in the Moldorm cave. It's not a huge time loss, but...
Now, it'll be about a 30-second time loss to go back there, but that's just a rough cave. Those mini Moldorms can really troll you, especially when you have 3 hearts and green mail. We have a good sync going on in the bottom race so far.
Yeah. So far, not much going on in the escape castle.
Now they still have Zelda's chest to check out here, but it might just be something to check off the list. It looks like the tier 2 tree pull was also vanilla. I think the first tier was green rubies, and I saw some blue rubies there.
And it's boring old bombs in Zelda's chest. Did you catch what Claris saw in the Lumberjack's cave?
I did not, so I'm hoping when Raiko makes his way up there, we'll get another peek, or when our bottom race gets there.
That's what I thought I saw, but I kind of got a last-second thing. Flaffykins. Yeah, I believe it was just arrows. Raiko heading through the Kakariko village. Highest overworld spot for chests in the game.
Not a lot in the well today.
Nope.
You got a dry well.
On the bottom, they're both in sync still. We're heading for the Lumberjack Cave. It's a bomb upgrade, so there's nothing useful there.
And Claris actually got a bomb tree pull. So that's very useful.
Raiko, of course, already getting one earlier on. Not a lot going on in Kakariko Village so far. Raiko threw... Ooh, in a battle, so he'll be able to clear most of Kakariko Village without having to come back.
Yeah, with a pretty empty Kakariko and an empty front half of Escape, we'll see where we actually end up finding some items here for progression. We still have Mini Moldorm Cave and Sirhashula and Eastern, so there's still quite a few options.
It's a good note for everybody. FailStream's timer is 10 seconds behind. They are synced up. FailStream started his timer a little late.
The sync continues on the bottom. 5 minutes in here.
Raiko heading into Lost Woods. Again, not going to be too much help for him here.
Yep. Our runners are closing in on Zora money, but it is not yet in the logic. So they can get there by fake flippering, but they would need the flippers or the power gloves to have a better chance at progression there.
Your fake flippering in Zora Falls is not ideal, just because it's very easy to get it there. Claire's going to get Sync Heart.
So our runners are all at the last checks in Kakariko, so we'll see where they go from here.
I wonder if Claris won't just head back to Moldorm.
Raiko seems to be making their way to the dam. Zebra Unicorn throwing an errant bomb in the chicken house, but that's all right. Recovered quickly. So Raiko is hitting up the dam and probably be our first runner to check out Mini Moldorm Cave for us.
Claris is going to run the maze. I didn't see if
it was a heart container.
Okay.
Maybe after that early death in Mini Moldorm Cave, they want to stock up on some hearts, which I don't blame them. For not having any progression in Kakariko, they didn't get many hearts either.
By the way, the Borders only had a bomb upgrade. There's no need to go back there.
Alright, Mini Moldorm Cave hype.
And we got the silver gloves and the blue mail. Silver gloves is going to open up a little bit of this map, not a ton, especially without the lamp, unless you're pretty confident in your dark rooms.
Yeah, they'll have a couple chests to check in the back of Escape by the logic, and it does also open up Zora by the logic, so it may increase the chance that our runners will fake flipper up there now rather than putting it off.
Raiko heading to finish up Ice Cave while he's here. I wouldn't be shocked to see him fake flipper out of here.
Yeah, heading back down to fake flipper would be a good play right now. But you know, there is still Sirhashula and Eastern available, and he could sequence break if he's comfortable with dark rooms.
Ooh, the Moon Pearl! That's a very important priority item in Ice Cave.
Absolutely.
And that's not a place everyone checks right away.
It also increases the value of the fake flipper, which I think is making him go there now. Because with that Moon Pearl, he can actually walk on water coming out of the waterfall cave and check those chests.
Yep.
And we are still synced in our bottom race. So clarisdatcom is checking the front half of Escape.
And Raiko is indeed fake flippering.
Looks like he's starting out with Hobo, likely to follow that up with the trip to the Waterfall Cave in Zora, but we'll see what he decides on.
I'm getting some information. Raiko is probably going to be okay with Dark Room, so he may head up. You may see him head up to Death Mountain.
This seed may have been a little bit slow on the early items, but certainly not slow on the early money. Raiko is up to 1,200 rupees already.
And FailStream is going to get his Moon Pearl.
Yeah, so this is important actually. Zebra Unicorn
Zebra did not opt to go there.
Yeah. Eventually, he will run out of places to check, but it will be some backtracking. So FailStream could capitalize on this and get a little bit of an early lead.
Zebra is checking Starshilla's closet, and the bow is there.
Very nice. And Raiko doing a little bit of dancing around the fireball from Zora's, the mini Zora's there, so getting safely into the Waterfall Cave.
Again, the bow unfortunately doesn't actually help too much quite yet.
And we have Ether in the Waterfall Cave as a sequence break. Yep, so in sequence, the bow does not help, but if Zebra Unicorn is comfortable with the Dark Rooms in Eastern, he can complete it now.
Right. Eastern is a pendant dungeon. So he may just be dipping in to check some chests.
Very true.
And I don't believe it's the green pendant dungeon either. Although if E26, yes, Armos is probably going to have an item. Alright, Raiko doing a Zora check, and it is a great Zora check. That is the hook shot.
Yeah, that's a great item to find, and it might actually encourage him to sequence break up Death Mountain at this point.
Yeah, that might not be a bad play. There's a good chance of getting at least a sword upgrade, a higher priority item.
FailStream now checking Waterfall Cave and probably following up with Zora.
Raiko is instead going to check out the escape. He has not done that yet.
He may be thinking he wants to do the front half, and then he'll drop in the back, and then he will know whether there is an item in the dark to go searching for.
Pretty good idea. Clarik's going to get her Moon Portal.
So I don't think we've seen anything in Eastern yet.
Well, we just did.
It's so with our runners' inventories combined, we do have Dark World access available now. But I do wonder who our first runner will be that actually gets there, because Raiko may opt to, and FailStream may opt to go up to Death Mountain prior to going to Eastern Palace.
Super comfortable with this dark room. He's going to work through it.
Yep, so AGA 1 may still be required. We do not have East Dark World access yet. One of the trolley things that AGA requirements could be is if the hammer is either in the pyramid or in the Zelda Chest of Fairy location, or locked behind whatever items are in there.
FailStream's headstone check comes up empty.
Now, if the runners were to find the boots, they could get around that by using a walk-on-water glitch.
And there is a blue cane. I believe that is all 3 chests in Eastern Palace.
Yep, I think all 3 items were found. So Zebra Unicorn's heading out, and it looks like they might be checking the back of Escape.
And that's exactly what's happening.
FailStream about to get their bow. So FailStream is likely to be the first runner with Dark World access at this point.
Unless he doesn't go into Eastern, but I can't imagine he's not going to go into Eastern.
And Flaffy, I'm glad you said that was Decidui because I was wondering.
Oh, all right. I was wondering too. You got 2 Dark Links, a vanilla old Link, and a Decidui Pokemon.
So it looks like Zebra Unicorn was thinking about heading up Death Mountain, but is now opting to head to Kakariko. Not sure where their current destination is.
Claris about to get her hook shot.
I think Zebra Unicorn may have forgotten that they didn't have the Boom Pro yet.
No, now it's the trick of where do you check? And I think he knows where it is.
Well, he knows there's not many places in the logic that he hasn't checked yet, so he's checking one of them.
He's checking Desert now, unfortunately.
So with that early Dark World access via the MITs, it may be a while before we actually find the lamp.
That is correct. And very often with V26, I like to use a phrase, listen to the seed. The seed sure seems to want you to head to the Dark World right now. It might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, this is where it gets a little bit interesting routing, in particular in V26, because right now with the Titan's Mitts and the hook shot, and they can get up to Dark World Death Mountain and regular Light World East Death Mountain, get a whole lot of items, but they're not in sequence right now.
No, they definitely will not have the lamp up there, for instance.
And it could be just a bunch of junk because it's all out of sequence. So it doesn't mean our runners won't choose to do it, but they will have that in mind.
Pendant on Turtle Rock. This might be a pretty quick seed. The green pendant is on Turtle Rock. So unless Shirashala has an important item, I will not see Turtle Rock. Or at least the end of it.
So what I find is bow is a go mode item often, but if it's not and you get it early, that often means that pod has some value in it. So we'll see if our runners have the same idea, although they cannot yet get to the east side of the Dark World.
Actually, the green pendant being on Turtle Rock rules out a lot of things being on Sasha. For instance, the Fire Rod, the Ice Rod, one of the pendants, and the Kano Silmeria.
So FailStream is our first runner with Dark World access. However, they are continuing on in Eastern, it would appear.
Zebra now also has Dark World access. Nope, and FailStream backs out.
And it looks like we're going to be synced again on the bottom in a second here. And our top runners are actually in the same dungeon, so they went in vastly different directions, but they have gotten in sync as well.
And Raiko having his gold mitts, Claris not far behind. So I would say the play here would be to head into Thieves Town work through Blind's cave and everything?
There are a couple really valid plays here. Since it does take a while to get to Kakariko with the items they have, no boots, no flute, they might want to do that. They could also do a sweep of the dark overworld, go to Hype Cave, maybe find that hammer so that they don't have to risk a double dip.
Zebra is heading towards Skull Woods.
Yeah, I like the early Skull Woods play. The front half has a great chance of having progression items, and it doesn't take that long to do.
Link to the Past totally has keys in it. Word of Hyphens. It has it in the escape as well. Aldred Nunn 25 mentions that keys are only in Agon's Tower, and when replaced, it is also in the escape, and it is in Ganon's Tower.
So it looks like FailStream and Zebra Unicorn are doing different things here. It looks like FailStream is doing a overworld sweep, and Zebra Unicorn has hopped right into the Dark World dungeon. So we'll see which one pays out.
Zebra Unicorn getting the red boomerang from Skullwoods, not the most helpful.
And that's the second item. He also got the fighter shield.
Right, and with this being a blue pendant, more than likely it's time to leave. It's a little dicey, I suppose. Even though they both have blue potions, it's a little dicey to do blind that early with this few hearts.
It is. It's a difficult fight, and sometimes you just don't want to go into Thieves Town without that hammer. It is a risk.
I believe it was a rupees.
No, it was a fighter shield.
Oh, okay. Raikou is going to finish up Eastern Palace. Raikou, excuse me.
A very clean kill. I guess there was an item left.
There was an item on there. Yep, we miscounted. It was not a useful item, unfortunately. If this winds up being a pedestal seed, which is not looking terribly likely right now, that is a big advantage for Raikou.
And we're back in sync again on the bottom.
Yep. Okay, when I'm already pulled out of Thieves Town, that is the piece of heart.
Zebra needs to be careful here. Down to half a heart.
Right. Well, he may want to know. I was wondering if he would want to just take the death here.
Yeah, that might have been a better choice. He's not that far from the entrance, and then he could have saved that potion in case things go south later on. But yeah. He used it, and he'll continue on here. Claris also opting for the Skullwoods play. It looks like Raikou is sequence breaking up Death Mountain.
Yes, he is. Yeah, pedestal seed is very much in play. There's a lot of things still in play. It's still very early on. Still a lot of items to be had.
Yep, we still are missing 2 of the medallions, which could be in play for Meyer. We're missing boots, flippers. Yeah, there's just all sorts of stuff. Flute.
2 medallions. We don't. Boots. I don't know if you mentioned those.
Yep. So there's a lot. I mean, it can't be Kane and it can't be Fire Rod, but that's there's more in play than that's out of play. So.
It might not be able to be boots either, depending on what Desert Palace winds up.
Desert is a crystal.
Oh no, you're right. My mistake. The other pendant is Skullwood Chestnut Fireman.
Like it could be boots, and the boots are not required for Desert Palace, but oh wait, we have the hook shot already. Never mind.
Yep.
You can have the situation where you need boots from the pedestal to get to the hook shot in Mire, which is interesting.
And of course,
this seed.
Always have the evil thing of the big key being on the torch in DP.
So I'll be very interested to see if Raiko's sequence break here works out for him.
Yep, and we're gonna get our first view here with the 6 chest East Death Mountain.
Yeah, he has the Paradox Cave here, that gives him 7, and he has Spiral Cave for 1, and then he has the Dark World for 6 more, and he can check, well, the Turtle Rock's a pendant, but he can check the medallion there anyway.
A Bottled Fairy, not useless, but not what you're looking for. And unless I miscounted, I think that they may be getting stuck with a seed where they require where there's an item in the big
Wow, we're getting some value. We have the Cane of Samaria and half magic, and
the mirror. Raiko takes a very big lead.
So he already has a ton of value, and also 6 more chests coming. Now he's not opting to check Spiral. Oh, maybe he's waffling on whether to check Spiral Cave or not.
Here's the mirror. He might check it out.
Oh yeah, he did just get the mirror. So I think that's what he realized, and then he turned back around.
And we are still in sync on our bottom race. FailStream making short work of Blind, both using burner strats.
Hey, burner strats are great, especially if you don't have the script perfectly down. It helps you out immensely.
And they both get powdered magic. So, no mirror, no hammer. They can't get to the batter quite yet, but it does make their lives a heck of a lot easier in dungeons.
Oh, absolutely. It's the best safety item in the game, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. We missed it. Lamp was in the sea house.
Okay, so Raiko is not really sequence breaking too much. Lamp's already available.
FailStream getting the mushroom.
A little bit of a Froggy World tour going on.
I think Raiko is going to have a pretty solid lead considering just the pure material he got out of this.
Yeah, he's going to have be a crystal behind, but he should be able to use the items he's gotten to catch up quickly.
So we just saw that Turtle Rock is Ether, and that's the one that's the easiest one to get right now. So
yeah,
you may see some dips.
Yeah, I mean, Raiko could dip in right now and see if there's anything in the first chest.
Sure. Ooh, and the hammer. Big payoff for Raiko.
Well, he can now. So, yeah, he needed the hammer, but now he can. So, I think he's thinking about it.
He's going back and forth, actually. He's literally thinking about it before our eyes. Oh, he decides against it. What we can do, however, is Tower of Hera right now.
Yeah, maybe he just wants to do Hera first and then go back to it. And he does not yet have that lamp, so that could be an issue.
Oh, he's taking the half magic and the Burnicane, and he's going to do Spike Cave. I like this play. This is listening to the seed.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a good play. It's tough sometimes when you're on top of Death Mountain and have multiple options available to you, but you know if whenever you choose one, you'll have to reclimb.
Fortunately, nothing there.
Looks like he plans to do Hera.
Right, but I'm curious why he doesn't just save and quit back to the old man.
Yeah, I think that would actually be quicker, and he would save some magic. Because he does have to hop down here and then walk over.
Well, you need very little magic in Hera, and that's only if you have to go to the basement chest.
Very true. And he can't do that anyway.
No, you're right. He's the one without a fire source.
So Zebra Unicorn is making the play.
The flippers are on top of the Spectacle Rock!
Yeah, Death Mountain definitely has a value in this seed.
Height Mountain.
I'm sure Raiko feels really good about his decision to come up here, but I'm sure his head's already spinning about what to do next.
Alright, Zebra gonna clean out Death Mountain and come out many items, Richard.
So he still has all of Village of Outcasts, Thieves Town, maybe a dip into Skull Woods ahead of him, or
he already did Skull Woods, I believe.
You're right. He could go Swamp Palace, or yeah, he has options. He could do Pod.
Well, coming off of this will probably be either a save and quit, or he'll clean up the rest of Death Mountain and then save and quit. I would guess that he would be heading for Swamp Palace just for the 6 chests.
Yep, and clarisdatcom is doing their blind fight. Nice first cycle.
Remember, Raiko has not fought blind yet. Oh, and Raiko getting a little bit trolled. He's gonna have to reclimb and recollect that big chest.
And just 10 arrows.
10 arrows.
So Claris is the third runner on the board with a crystal. And really our bottom race is just a matter of time before they head up Death Mountain, because I think they're running out of options right now.
It looks like Zebra's going to wrap up his Zora. He'll get his hook shot.
And also his Ether Medallion. So Raiko will be getting on the board soon with the crystal, but his will be Hera.
Some nice hammer strats going on for Raiko. And very clean Moldorm fight.
Yeah, very nicely done. It'll be interesting to see. He still has that option to just go do Spiral Cave, or actually pop his head into Turtle Rock and see if there's anything accessible.
FailStream going to check his lunchbox. Just some love.
All of our runners now have that hook shot.
Alright, looks like Raiko's going to clean up the rest of Death Mountain, heading down to Spiral. No, not heading to Spiral Cave.
He's going to poke his head in.
No, he was checking to see the floating island.
Okay.
5 rupees.
With how much of that's open right now, I think this is perfectly fine. It would also be fine to just dip your head in, because more likely than not, you're just going to get stuck, like either in the first chest or in the Chain Chomp room.
Or there could be the Fire Rod there.
Very true. Although, Fire Rod not strictly required in this seed.
That is... Nope, that is correct. They have a different fire source.
Raiko most likely making their way to the village of outcasts.
Claris wandering around with a friend.
And FailStream's making their way up to Death Mountain, following in Zebra Unicorn's footsteps here. I would like to see at least one of our runners dip their head into Turtle Rock.
I would love it if a big item was in Turtle Rock, too. Yeah, Hype Cave has not been the most hype in this seed. Or any of the seeds I've seen in this tournament, really. Inside Spectacle Rock is 10 arrows, so nothing doing there. FailStream going to... Whoa. Oh, he's going to head to Eastern first. Okay.
So it seems weird to be talking about 37 minutes in, but I think Raiko just needs a flute, sword upgrade, and whatever he needs to get into Mire. Possibly the boots, but we'll see.
Right. Talk about Hype Cave a little more. We've been saying VT26 hasn't had much, but I saw a Hype Cave recently that had 3 swords in it. So it's not impossible.
Every once in a while it comes through, just enough to keep it interesting.
FailStream catching up. Death Mountain. Looks like everybody's going to have their Death Mountain stuff very shortly. So, yeah, but Raiku's lead is not actually as big as you think it is.
Yeah, all the other runners will be getting those items very soon. So once our runners finish off Death Mountain, we did mention the dip into Turtle Rock could be a possible option, but Swamp Palace is certainly... Swamp Palace and Pod are both pretty inviting right now.
Looks like Raiko is going to clean up Thieves Town. And by the way, I believe there is an item in the big chest of Thieves Town.
Raiko does have to be a little bit careful here, down to 2 hearts. But I do believe they still have their blue potion.
That is correct. I would not be surprised to see him get the chests here and just take the death. Just a little Pokeball right now. I've never ceased to be impressed by the custom sprites.
Yeah, there's some really good work done on these.
Flaffykins are a good point. He has a Bottled Fairy.
That's why he's not worried about it right now.
Right. And he's going to use it right now.
And Claris is the last one to clear out Paradox Cave, so now our item trackers are pretty full at this point.
This is no longer a possible agony seed, I believe. Unless something strange happens. This is a good shot at being a sub 2.
Yeah, especially for these runners, almost all of them, 3 of the 4 are undefeated currently, and we can watch them play right now. They're playing extremely well. So yeah, this should be a sub 2.
Excellent execution. Zebra having the same problem with Hera that Raiko had earlier.
Yeah, when you drop down from above, you got to make sure you're not too low, or else you'll land right on the stars and have to take a fall.
Clara is finally cleaning out the Paradox Cave. So there's not going to be repeats until Raiko finishes here, and then I wonder where he goes next. That's going to be the question.
Yeah, we'll have some very interesting decisions ahead for all of our runners. They have 2 crystals they can full clear once they're done with this. Both are really rich in items, so we have Pod with 5 items, Swamp Palace with 6 items.
They do... Oh, they still need a Bombos or a Fire Rod to be able to do IP?
That is true.
Path Magic, I wouldn't be stunned if it was Bombos.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Bombos. Fire Rod Validation Chest.
Yeah. Or maybe Fire Rod right here. Here's an item we have not checked yet. Right, a Raiko Stream. That's just some money.
That is very nice for him, though, because he won't have that in the back of his mind like all of our other runners do right now. So Zebra Unicorn's the first of the bottom race to finish with Hera. Picking up the flippers.
I believe he's going to do the Spike Cave.
Okay, we have a pretty thorough clear of Death Mountain by most of our runners here.
Ooh, and FailStream getting trolled by Trolldorm.
Some boss fights going on at the same time. Raiko taking down Blind.
Canterburn really makes short work of him.
And FailStream takes down Moldorm. It looks like our first runner has made the call for what to do after that Death Mountain, and it looks like Zebra Unicorn may be headed towards Swamp Palace.
That is exactly right. Raiko still has some cleanup to do. But we can now safely say a somewhat healthy lead over clarisdatcom.
Yeah, I think both of our races are still pretty close, so we'll see where it goes from here. It's really going to turn out to be a little bit of luck and good routing, I think.
Raiko clicking his lamp. Right, and Zebra is going to be heading into Swamp Palace.
And it looks like we might still be synced in our bottom race. FailStream looks to be headed towards Swamp Palace as well. It has 6 items. It's a good check. Crystal that you can full clear.
And it's a short one, too. Especially when you already have the hook shot.
Well, it can be long if they do the full left side for like 1 item. So we'll see what they... You can definitely route the full thing, or you could just check to the back.
Red mail, so we're going to have some solid defense all around. tell you firsthand as a person who runs this a lot, everybody in chat saying that Raiko probably feels super ahead. You never feel super ahead. That's not a situation that you feel when you run this.
Now, one-on-one races can be very stressful. You're always second-guessing, oh, did my opponent do this? Did they do this? It's hard to keep your head on straight, and you probably don't feel ahead. You probably feel behind even when you aren't. When you make a call like Swamp Palace here, if they don't find any progression, it would be really easy to like think that, oh my gosh, I'm so far behind now. But then you have to stop and think, oh, my opponent probably did the exact same thing. I'm fine.
It's also okay considering this. You have to do this dungeon. There's no option. Oh, Raiko doing Mad Batter. That's a new one. Nothing going on there, unfortunately.
It looks like Zebra Unicorn is heading towards the back. I don't think we've seen the map or compass yet.
Nope, and he did not go left, which might be okay.
Yeah, I like to go to the back if I don't have any of the dungeon items yet, just in case. The worst thing you can do is full clear the left side and get the map and compass over there.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Only downside, if this is map and compass, then you can still always just walk back up and do it right now. Well, that's the compass. So one of those items on the left is going to have something.
So Raiko was able to do a couple extra overworld checks here in his route with his extra items, but I don't think anything has paid off yet for him.
Bug catching net in the waterfall room for Zero Unicorn. I always like doing swamp early, just because, especially when you have a white sword, or a fire sword, I should say, there's a good chance of a sword upgrade. That makes your life a lot easier. And the Zebra, seeing why a sword upgrade would make your life easier, he's having to do menu strats on.
Yeah, menu percent strats on Argus are
Argus.
Never fun. Yeah, I think given the choice between Swamp and Pod, especially with that early bow that didn't really pay out in Eastern, I would probably choose Pod first. But like I said before, they're both good options.
Well, it depends on whether you want to clear out Eastern, the entirety of Eastern first, including the catfish, which is not exactly a short walk.
So the last little puffball goes down, and we're on to the last phase.
Yep, we're going to see hammer strats the whole way here.
This could be a little tough with the hammer.
Yeah, the hammer hitbox does not necessarily always make sense.
So FailStream is opting to do the right or the left side.
And I think he got nothing for it. Got a heart container.
Yeah, we'll see if Zebra Unicorn opts to come back in or is going to head on out to probably Pod. So for a brief bit of time here, everybody is in Swamp Palace, and Zebra Unicorn is heading back in.
Well, go to the left side. It's rough. Learning when to gamble is a skill.
Yeah, and if you trust your execution, you might be more willing to do a full clear and be thorough in your checks.
Looks like everybody's being swamped for pals tonight.
Yeah, that's certainly an interesting choice. I mean, I expected the riders to go about 50-50, but here we are.
I just think with the fighter's sword, that's not a fun time necessarily in pod. And thinking 6 items versus 5 items, and you kind of can pass pod swap piles on the way to pod.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it before, but usually there's like 2 types of seeds. One, bow is your go mode item, and the other one you get bow really early, and then pod is loaded.
Oh, did Zebra just drown a key? No, he's going backwards. Okay. Oh no, I think Zebra just drowned a key.
No, if you do the back first, you can't get in that room without getting the key first. They're on the left side.
Okay. That's right. Okay. I'm confusing it with the earlier room.
Whenever I actually do it that way, I do have a momentary panic attack when I push the lever and I look up and I have 0 keys. But no, he's fine.
Menu strats all around again. It's 2 items. It's two heart containers. There's nothing to sneeze at, but it's not what you're looking for if you were doing this.
Yeah, I would imagine that Zebra Unicorn was planning to skip it if it was only 1 item, but once there's 2 there, he went back in.
Zebra's gonna head over towards Eastern Dark World.
Yeah, he might be going this way so that he can check the south of Grove Ledge Cave first.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's about the same as far as walking goes, too, so he could just head right there.
He is going to head right there. So do you head straight for POD, or do you go check the entrance and catfish first?
I would do pod first.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Basically, in my runs, if there's an important item at catfish, it's probably going to be the last spot I check, so, it's just going to be that way.
Hey, I gotta say, there's been good routing, good execution by all 4 of these runners tonight.
Yeah, and both of our races are still very close.
Yeah, they're
both heading to do the same things at the same time.
I didn't see the Claris check left.
I am not sure. I don't think they did.
I don't think so either. Yes, Claris did check left. So Claris, I do believe, might have a slight lead now.
Yeah, Raiko did opt to finish Eastern, and while the routes were diverged at the time, that could actually be the difference right now.
We're talking maybe 1 or 2 rooms of difference. It is an incredibly tight race.
And Raiko did do some extra checks in the overworld because of his extra items, so that's part of it as well. Unfortunately for him, I don't think he got anything of value out of those checks, so Claris may not ever have to do them.
And the flute being found in Palace of Darkness, that will open up Mire most of the way.
Yeah, this seed seems to be sending our runners on a pretty straight path right now.
Oh, they both got boots. All right? No. Yeah, flute is required for Mire. It's the only way to get to Mire.
So right now we need a way to clear Ice Palace. We need possibly boots. We don't know yet. And we need a sword upgrade. Because we have the flute and the mirror, we have our way into desert now. I would suspect our runners will be headed towards desert as soon as possible just to see if the boots are on the required item list and to see which medallion they need.
Absolutely. There would be, you can also collect a bunch of items in desert. Boots or no boots.
Now, if the Ether is the correct medallion for Mire, it's going to be a tough dungeon with Fighter Sword if they don't get another upgrade, but perfectly clearable right now.
They do have the bow, so it makes it a bit easier on the boss.
Yeah, it looks like their arrow capacity is around 50 arrows now, so that's not too bad then.
Yeah, the poke your eye out strategy for Vitreous, perfectly valid. Raiko using a spin strats for Argus. Has the hair equipped.
I mean, it's more consistent, but it does take quite a lot of Fighter Sword spins to hit Argus. It looks like Claris is actually opting for that pyramid check first.
Mm-hmm. See if it pays off.
Yeah, first look at the pyramid item. Looks like Pod's been quite a dud so far, outside of that flute. Although I guess that's a pretty good item, since it does give us
That's a great item.
two dungeons. That's probably where our next progression will be.
Oh, nothing going on at the pyramid. That's just a bundle of arrows.
I mean, let's face it. When you have an early bow and Pod only has one progression item, that counts as a dud.
Oh, Raiko heading for the Dud Cave.
And Claris is going all the way up to Catfish. It would look. Oh, and turning into Mushroom.
Yeah, turning into Mushroom. That's actually that might not be a bad play. It's a B. There we go. Oh, because Claris is also going to fill up on potions. That's not a bad idea.
No, especially if they assume that they'll be heading into a dungeon like Turtle Rock or Mire. Hopefully not Turtle Rock, but hey, Pendant Turtle Rock, there's usually some sort of progression in there.
Nothing going on in the Mushroom.
So Raiko is joining our bottom race in Pod.
And Claris going to check the Catfish.
FailStream is still right on Zebra Unicorn's heels here.
Nothing going on at the Catfish, so that did not pay off for clarisdatcom.
And the pod total room with Fighter Sword, it just means you just have a hammer, because the Fighter Sword is not useful at all in that room.
The Group E race between Zebra and Fail is still extremely close. Again, 1 or 2 rooms separate our runners.
So just a reminder of what's at stake here. clarisdatcom is fighting for survival right now. They need to win this match and their final match to stay alive for the bracket stage. In the bottom race, Zebra Unicorn is currently 3-0 and has secured a spot in the brackets, whereas FailStream is 2-0 and is right on the verge of getting that bracket locked up.
We'll see some bow strats and helmet sword. And Zebra takes big short work.
The simultaneous boss fights down below, still in sync. I think they've checked the same locations too.
FailStream having a slightly better helmet sword fight. Make up a tiny bit of time. Every bit counts right now, but still a lot of game to go.
Basically within a crystal fanfare of one another. And also, as we reach the 1 hour mark, please follow our runners. They're put on a great show so far. Great execution, very entertaining. So please give them a follow.
They are up in the chat right now. Check them out. Also remember to follow our trackers as well. Super incredibly helpful. Flaffykins and Slim Kirby could not possibly do this without you. Follow our streamer, Alvi, who I've worked with about 4 or 5 times now. One of the best.
Yep, absolutely. And also follow my co-commentator, Ruby Dragon, doing a great job here.
Lag, but you got this in the bag, because you set me free. And if you should forget all the things you have left, well then here's your best bet. Just flute to 3.
Well, all right. So that happened.
That's great, Alvi.
Follow Swag Duck as well. Follow Korek, of course. Korek with an underscore.
That is correct.
FailStream going to check out the pyramid spot. And Zebra heading up towards Meyer.
Yep, and I'll be with that awesome Dr. Bob-tastic Swag Duck song.
Yeah, that was genuine stunned silence on the two of us. I was panicking that maybe I had left some window open somewhere.
So Meyer is Ether.
Ooh, all right. So Meyer is open completely.
I would expect a trip into Desert before that, but shortly followed by Meyer, I would think. Now, I did catch a race earlier today where Dr. Bob-tastic rickrolled everybody, which was fantastic.
Yes, in case you were wondering, these are 2v2 matches. These are not the same race. The top 2 and the bottom 2 are racing each other. This is the same seed.
Yeah, it's much easier to follow for us and for you guys since they're all in the same seed, but it is 2 separate races, 1v1. clarisdatcom versus raikourider and Zebra Unicorn versus FailStream.
I think these runners are so fantastic that I call them 2v2. They each count as 2.
And Zebra Unicorn is just hopping right on into Meyer. That's fine. That's a good choice. He doesn't know Desert yet, but he can get there pretty soon.
I would do Mire first. Maybe it has the boots. And maybe you wind up having to not double dip Desert.
Yeah, I mean, that's a valid point. Desert could have a weapon upgrade that can make Mire easier as well, so it is a matter of preference. Both are good options.
This is going to be a difficult Mire, though with the bow it'll make Vitreous not as hard. No silvers.
So Zebra Unicorn did end up using quite a few of their arrows on that Helmasaur fight. Right,
still 22. Ooh, and Bombos in Mire, so that will open up Ice Palace.
Yeah, so we're getting really close to that go mode now. We really just need a sword upgrade.
Yeah, we need a sword upgrade. I think that's it.
And possibly boots.
Right. Remember, we don't know it's go mode without the boots until we see that first Torch and Ganon's Tower. Just in case the big key's there.
So FailStream is opting to clean up some overworld that he had had in his back pocket for a little while now, and that is letting Zebra Unicorn get a little bit of a lead here. In our top race, both of the runners are currently in pod.
Exploring, I believe there's still one item available in... No, it's the boots!
Wow.
That is the last item in Mire, and it is the boots.
So now we just need a sword, and we're good to go.
And we have 3 dungeons to get it.
So Fighter Sword pseudo go mode is it's interesting. Every runner kind of handles it a little bit differently. Some are much more aggressive and, you know, will skip chests. Some will still go with a thorough check.
With the dungeons left, it doesn't really hurt to check the chests in Desert because it doesn't take too long. Ice Palace is the trick.
Yeah, there are out-of-the-way chests that we probably won't see checked.
You can legitimately skip every item in Ice Palace with the bomb jumps.
Yeah, if it was me, I would check the Penguin room right away and the Freezor room on the way down, and that would probably be it.
I would check Desert first, no matter what.
Oh, absolutely.
Zebra is no. Mire is a crystal. The question in chat as to why Zebra was still in Mire. Mire is a crystal.
So that was a rod on the Torch and Desert. Was that the fire rod or the ice rod?
I didn't get a good look.
Because it's not required with Bombos, but if it was a fire rod, then Zebra Unicorn will have a much easier time with Ice Palace.
Yeah, I don't... This is why I like doing Mire before Desert to get the option to do both, because especially if we don't have the boots.
Yeah, it certainly would work out this time, for sure.
They're both required. I don't think there's... I don't think doing Desert can be any faster.
And we have our Vitreous fight.
Remember, the most likely place for a sword upgrade at this point is Ganon's Tower. Oh no, Zebra down to 6 arrows. With the fighter sword, this might be trouble. Okay, he's gonna have to use hammer strats with the red mail. It's probably gonna be okay. He should have a fairy, I believe. Very good execution right now from Zebra. This is really hard to do. And he gets him.
Yeah, that's his 5th crystal.
And FailSword gets a sword upgrade in Desert. FailStream, that is.
So that would be great for Zebra Unicorn. He's going
Yeah,
to find Fire Rod and the Master Sword.
We're going to have Go Mode in about 1 hour. Unless he skips the chest for some reason, we're going to have Go Mode within 1 hour and 15 minutes. Now, it's not an ideal Go Mode, because there's no silvers and you only have a Master Sword.
There's also quite a few pots in Desert that have arrows in them. I wonder if Zebra knows where they are, because that would be a great idea to stock up right now.
Doing Ganon Master Sword and Silverless is not a good time.
So it does look like clarisdatcom is cleaning up some of that overworld stuff that Raiko had finished up earlier.
That is the fire rod on the torch.
Yeah, Zebra Unicorn did just walk by 2 arrow pots, so I'm guessing he does not know where they are.
Alright, and with that Master Sword, I believe that will put Zebra Unicorn into Go Mode.
Yep, Master Sword Silverless Go Mode, but Go Mode nonetheless.
And once FailStream collects the boots, he will also be in Go Mode.
And if it does end up being Master Sword Silverless, that cape will be very helpful.
Yes, it will. Zebra, because of the boots, making actually much quicker work of Desert Palace. Yeah, Raikou doing the Desert Palace first, he's going to have to double dip. Well, he may not, because you can get Bombos and Meyer as well, remember. So he does not have to get a Fire Rod, it just makes your life easier.
Yeah, and it actually will be an interesting decision to see what both he and FailStream end up doing. And yes, that was a very nice Landmo fight by Zebra Unicorn. Got him all down in 1 cycle. So Zebra just has to clear up Ice Palace here, and will be on their way to getting this tower afterwards.
All right, FailStream collecting the boots. He is also in go. No, he's not. He needs to get the bombos first. So I'll be curious to see what, if anything, Zebra checks here. I have seen in the chat that he has done a low percent speed run, so you may see him do a whole lot of nothing.
A FailStream does have bombos.
He does have bombos, so then he does not need the fire rod. He is in go mode. You can do Ice Palace with just bombos. And you don't necessarily have to do any fire rod stuff in Ganon's Tower. You can use the lamp.
Yep, Fire Rod is not required in this seed, but it will be helpful.
It's probably helpful enough to run back in quickly to Desert Palace and get it.
Yeah, especially since they'll be sitting on Master Sword. The upgrade to Fire Rod for the Cold Stair fight will be very, very noticeable.
And as a reminder, FailStream does know where the Fire Rod is. I'm just gonna get it. Gonna see a bomb jump from Zero Unicorn.
And that is a good point. The lamp or the Fire Rod could be logically required if it is a right side big key in Ganon's Tower.
Right, that is correct.
There is a bomb jump you can do. It's a little bit tricky with the fireball coming at you, but you can do it.
So not having any luck getting keys early on, so you may see a no item Ice Palace here.
Yep. It probably would be worth it for our runners to go and get that Fire Rod, but we will see what they decide to do.
Zebra not even waiting for the chest above the big key, the big chest I should say. He's just going straight on.
Yeah, if he's not checking that chest, that means he must be pretty comfortable with Master Sword Silverless. So I guess we'll see how it goes from here.
Is it? Well, I must say Zebra is playing about as well as I've seen anybody play in the secondary tournament.
Yeah, I've been certainly impressed with our runners in the races here tonight.
Alright, Zebra making short work of Cold Stair. Getting nothing for a shovel.
So that is the 7th crystal for Zebra Unicorn. That means we have a little game to play here, where we guess which chest the big key in Ganon's Tower is in.
There are 22 chests. We'll take either the room or the chest number.
So what are you thinking, Ridley?
I say the same thing every time. It will be number 1.
Man, you're pretty kind.
I want to be right once.
I'm gonna go with 3. I'm gonna say those boots are gonna be important.
I think you're gonna check torch first. My one will be on the torch. I'm gonna go that specific.
So FailStream did opt to go back and get the Fire Rod. I think that's a great choice, but he is a full dungeon behind at this point. And really, that's just that lead developed because Zebra Unicorn came right to Mire and Desert instead of checking a few overworld locations.
Raiko is checking the bumper cave and find that there's nothing there. But all this extra checking from raikourider, I don't. You have a way into 2 dungeons. Why not?
Yeah, it's certainly an interesting choice. He does have everything he needs to clear Mire. Maybe he missaw the medallion or something. But this is allowing clarisdatcom to catch up a little bit.
I'll go even further than that. clarisdatcom is going to take the lead. Although again, Claris doing the Desert Palace before Mire. Though FailStream did go back and get the fire up. Alright, Zebra heading into Ganon's Tower with a decent enough lead. Sword upgrading the first chest.
I'm sure he's thrilled to see that.
Wow.
The difference between Master Sword and Tempered on Ganon is huge.
Unless Fail stumbles into the silver somehow, I don't. The Zebra's just executing too well to lose this race at this point, I think.
Yeah, it would have to come down to execution on the final boss fights, so we'll see. But he does have quite a bit of a lead right now.
This is chest 3, 4, 5, and 6. And nothing helpful there.
And
Oh, that's some great movement by Zebra. Zebra's going to go back and check left.
Yep. And Claris and Raiko are pretty much in the same room. Or at least they just were. And FailStream picks up their 7th crystal, so they'll be headed up to Ganon's Tower as well.
Right? We just had chest number, I believe it was 7. Chest number 8. Chest number 8 is the one that contains the big key.
Just checking to see if there's another sword or silvers hanging out in there and heading on up.
Yep.
And both Claris and Raiko picking up their Bombos medallions a couple seconds apart.
Yes, King Zora was checked. Darian Prague asks if they checked King Zora. Yes, King Zora was checked very early. It was a that was where the hook shot was.
FailStream getting a little bit trolled by the squirrels up there. That's like the worst. You're trying to triumphantly approach Ganon's Tower, and the squirrels won't leave you alone.
Raiko now in go mode. Claris, the second he gets the boots, will also be in go mode.
Yep. Zebra only has 5 arrows, but the good news is, unless he finds silvers, he doesn't really need them either. So all of our runners hitting go mode.
Oh no, yeah, boots are now confirmed, not required. So Claris is in go mode. Claris might not know that. But Claris is in go mode.
Hopefully Claris keeps checking items.
Oh, taking a bad route here. There's some quicker items to check. Claris does have the boots.
Oh, they're checking here for the big key when it's on the right side. Zebra is really executing well up this Gannis tower.
Absolutely.
That was a little bit of a commentator's curse, but everybody falls off in the Wizard Rose's room once in a while. It's fine.
But making good time in the firebar room. Will you check those chests? Hey, that's the ice rod. Why not?
FailStream grabs their big key.
But you want to bet the silvers are in the validation chest.
I'm thinking it's a heart piece.
Probably is, but we'll see. That would be the funniest ending of the seed, really.
It would be a nice find for sure.
It's a heart container.
Close. Well, Ganon will be more than happy to tell us where it is.
Where do you think the silvers was? Because I'm seeing in chat a lot of guesses for Turtle Rock.
Yeah, Turtle Rock seems like the most likely option right now. I'll have to go with Turtle Rock. Maybe, how about Mimic Cave? That would be a good...
Oh man, that would be evil because it would just say Dark World.
Light World.
Light World, oh no, you're right.
Yeah.
We'll probably actually say Death Mountain then.
Yeah, so if it is Light World, I think that might be the only spot that we didn't get seen checked by somebody here. Ice Palace is actually a pretty good option, Flaffy. That could very well be.
There's also a lot of chests left on the table in Ganon's Tower. Also things like the Fat Fairy.
Yeah, they could be vanilla. FailStream having a little bit of difficulty in the gauntlet.
Alright, Zebra gonna go tempered silverless. Thank you, Alvy.
Now with that Ganon position, you can actually sneak up in the corner and not take any damage, but using Cape Strats will get you through this cycle in one phase anyway.
I believe he's still holding his blue potion as well.
So very quickly coming through the end of phase 3.
It's in Ganon's tower. Oh, Zebra getting the torch glitch. Refresh my memory, how many hits is it with Tempered?
It is 12 spins.
12 spins, alright.
Pretty good fight so far.
Yeah, this would be this is Zebra's to lose at this point.
Yep. Missed a couple, but he seems to be making contact most of the time here, so just a couple more.
I think he's going to have to fall to even make this close. You got it.
That's it. So that's a GG for Zebra Unicorn, finishing in first place with an official SRL time of 1:32.47.
Oh, he just missed the sub 130.
That's a great job.
That is a really, really good run. I would keep an eye on him in the bracket round. He may be a favorite to take it all. Still an active race. Don't go anywhere. The top race, the Group M race between Claris and Raiko. Almost neck and neck still. So stay tuned. Although that win means Zebra has clinched a top seed, FailStream still not totally clinched into the bracket round. He will need to win his next match or face tiebreaker.
And Zebra will be joining us for an interview, just composing themselves a little bit first after that climb up Ganon's tower.
According to him, that cleared his PB by over 20 minutes. Oh, and Raiko clearing out Ice Palace, and I believe Claris is walking through the whole thing.
FailStream is going through the Ganon fight here. Welcome, Zebra. GG.
Thank you.
Congratulations, you finished your group round 4-0. You'll be advancing to the bracket round.
Yeah, I was not expecting to win that race. I thought I was an underdog by not a lot, but I'm blown away by
that was
I did. I've never done that well.
Yeah, we have to say that was some of the best play we've seen in the secondary tournament so far.
Yeah, I was actually like kind of mad at myself because I thought my movement was like really bad, like a lot of that seed, and like at the beginning was like really rough. Like I kind of was indecisive about a couple of things. I don't know if you picked up on that. Like, there was one part where I was like going to Kakariko, and I'm like, wait, this doesn't make any sense. I should go to Zora, and then Zora had the hook shot, and then that kind of like opened a bunch of stuff up. But the whole like first like 20-25 minutes, I was kind of just trying to figure things out as I go along, and I was getting kind of upset at myself about how bad my routing was. But I guess it kind of worked out.
I guess I got a question from the chat for you. Major Catfish wants to know, when did you become a land mode god?
I've like always been good at that. I don't know. I didn't like practice it a ton. I've just always been kind of good in games at like feeling out patterns. Like I can kind of just know when they're gonna pop out. I just kind of, it's like a muscle memory thing, I guess. I don't know. I've just always been okay at it, so I don't know.
FailStream also finishing his run.
Second place with an official SRL time of 1:36:32.
A 4-minute difference in an hour-and-a-half race.
Yeah, that was a really fast seed. I was freaking out when I finished because not only did I win and I was like, thought I was an underdog, but that's like a PB for me by like 20 minutes. That was like insane.
Meanwhile, Raiko back in the lead in the Group M race. He's heading up Gannon's Tower.
Yeah, so how about that Death Mountain?
Yeah, that was messed up. When I got the hook shot from Zora, and then I went up there and just like everything was there, I was like, oh my god, if he's like hasn't done Zora yet, I'm like in such good shape. But like I didn't know because like I felt like it took me a while to do Zora. So the thing is, the way I'd been doing like openings was I would go to Ice Rod Cave, and then I'd like, if I had the Moon Pearl at that point, I'd like fake flipper and then do all like the Zora stuff. But I was talking to my friends last night, and I was like, how can I improve my routing? I think I'm like maybe like a 7-minute underdog. Like, how can I like, you know, clean up my run? And they're like, well, Ice Rod Cave doesn't usually have anything. You can probably skip Ice Rod Cave. So I was like, all right. So I was like going into the seed being like, I'm not going to do Ice Rod Cave. I'm just going to skip it and just like hope nothing's there. And then I like started doing stuff, and I'm like, oh god, Moon Pearl has to be there. So then I got Moon Pearl, and then because Moon Pearl was there, if I did my typical routing, I would have gotten the Moon Pearl, fake flippered, and had enough money because of the way the rupees dropped to just do Zora immediately. So I would have gotten hookshot like so much earlier if I just like stuck to the way I'd been doing things. But I like switched it up for this particular race. And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe this happened.
Raiko taking the double dip route. This is gonna be Raiko's race to lose at this point. I'm gonna see if we can't get our other racer for our Group E race, FailStream, who is now complete, in for an interview.
So did you feel you were ahead at the end or behind, or any thoughts on that?
So the thing was, I skipped like, I didn't do a ton of stuff just because the seed was so fast, and I just like go moded Ice Palace, and I like, you know, I didn't open a ton of chests in GT, so I didn't have silvers. I was lucky to get a sword. I was like, that's why before I went to GT, I like got 2 potions. Cause I'm like, all right, worst comes to worst, I have to just do Master Sword silverless. Like, I'm gonna need potions, because like I've done it before, but I've only done it like half a dozen times. Like, I'm not like good at it, so like I know how to do it, but it's hard. So I was like, if it comes down to the both of us having to do Master Sword silverless Ganon, I want to have like some safeties. But yeah, I didn't know, because I didn't know if he had silvers. Like, he could have just like picked up silver somewhere, because if he has silvers in Temper, then that's like a game changer. Like, I can just get crushed in the Ganon fight if we're like going into GT about the same time. So like, I kind of didn't know. I was sweating it the whole time, but like until the end, I was like, I have no idea like what he could have, because there's so much stuff I skipped.
Yeah, it seems like once you got onto Death Mountain, the seed just told you where to go from there. So it really just came down to execution, and you did a great job with that.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I've been practicing, kind of. I don't know. I don't practice a ton, so I always feel like I'm not going to do very well, but I don't know. I guess I'm like, my friends tell me I'm pretty good at fighting the bosses, so I mean, I guess I'm above average at that, I've been told, but I don't think I am, so I don't know.
Yeah, some of those bosses seemed beyond above average. That Vitreous fight was somewhat of a masterpiece.
Really? I thought it was really bad.
No, considering your resources.
I was like, oh my
else.
god, I missed with the hammer. This is so bad. I can't miss here. I was like getting mad at myself.
Considering your resources, considering everything else, that was the right play to play a little bit conservatively near the end.
All right, well, thank you.
The biggest difference, honestly, near the end, you were almost saying you did Meyer first, and FailStream did not.
Oh yeah, that was huge. Yeah, boots were in there, so
yep.
That like basically put me in go mode. I got a source of fire attack in there too, so by the time I did Meyer, I was like, all right, I know at least I can just do everything else, but I have to find a sword. And then the sword was in the desert, so I was like, perfect.
The Group M race, Raiko halfway up the top part of Ganon's Tower, but this is still pretty close. It seems like Clara's got a faster big key, so it may come down to even Ganon.
Yeah, there's still a little bit of the climb here to do, so we'll see where if any of our runners have difficulties, but it could definitely come down to that Ganon fight.
And again, it's Silverless Ganon is about having experience. If I were in this position, I would not be able to win because I cannot really do Silverless Ganon. So that does exist in this tournament.
And things can just go wrong from time to time. Like Ganon can go invincible at the wrong time, and you end up getting knocked off the ledge.
But the way that both of them are not trying to get extra chests in Ganon's Tower tells me that they probably can do Silverless.
Absolutely.
Right, and Ryan has done a Silverless Ganon already in this tournament.
Raiko is coming up on Moldorm 2. Probably the first place where things can start going wrong.
Whoa. Oh, he's okay.
Got him down, though, in 3 slashes.
All right, Raiko heading up to Aga 2. Again, this is a decent enough lead where just not dropping or dying to Ganon should do it.
Claris is all the way up to Lambo 2, though.
Right.
So any misstep could be capitalized on here.
Very nice 3-shot by Raiko there. That's a really, really good Agony Tomb. Well, all right. So Raiko has a safety fairy as well. So I guess a fall is really the trouble here.
So, getting through the first phase again, no trouble.
He can cape strap, but does not seem to need to.
Yeah, we'll see if that gets to phase 3 or if we need another one. No, he does need an extra cycle.
Maybe we'll check a blue potion now. Not necessarily a bad idea. And the key here also, he's kind of got to get Torch Glitch.
Yeah, Silverless Ganon can go downhill really quickly if you don't get the Torch Glitch.
He's farming it. He got it. Alright, 12 slashes.
Very clean so far.
Really, really good.
Claris coming into Agate 2.
And Raiko taking care of Ganon, no sweat. He will take home the victory. And with that, Raikou will close out Group M. Raiko will take the 1 seed. I'm Hugh Bliss will take the 2 seed. Claris is unfortunately going to be eliminated.
Hi, Raiko. GG.
Now our Group M winner Raiko Ryder joining us.
Thanks. So I felt like I played absolutely out of my mind in that race.
Yeah, your execution was pretty spot on, Raiko. We have also joining us right now, FailStream, the other Group E runner.
Hello.
Oh, hello, FailStream.
GG.
Good game, FailStream.
as well.
Yeah, there's
Good game.
that race was one of the better races I've seen here.
Oh, geez, Claris is at Ganon. Wow, I
Claris
knew that
at
race. I knew that race was going to be close. I think if anything gave me an edge in this race, it was going to Death Mountain early.
I would say that wasn't the biggest edge, actually. Just because everyone kind of did Death Mountain not long after you did. The lamp was in an easy place.
True.
Yep. So both runners in the bottom race, Zebra and FailStream, you were in the same place for a lot of the race, and in the top race, Claris and Raiko, you were also in the same place for a large amount of the race. There was a lot of sync going on.
Oh, geez, it sounds like it'll be exciting to watch back, but this seed kind of lent itself to that. The reason why I thought I was ahead the whole time was because when I went up to Death Mountain and I saw just the way the items were, I was thinking that the mirror was behind, like, I was not expecting to find mirror up there. And when I found mirror up there, I'm like, okay, where's the thing that gets you to Death Mountain?
Right. So, FailStream, you were starting to climb Ganon's tower, and you were under 130. Did you think you were ahead at that point, and were you surprised to see Zebra finish?
No, I wasn't exactly surprised. I knew it was anybody's game at that point. I felt like I might have been a little bit behind because earlier, instead of going to Death Mountain after getting the lamp, I did the purple chest and blacksmith, which was a kind of a mistake because it didn't really yield anything.
So for Zebra and Raiko, you are both headed on to the next round in the brackets. FailStream, you are still looking for that last win to secure your place in the bracket. How do you feel about your next match that you have in front of you?
I feel pretty good about it. I think I'll just do my best, and hopefully I can pull off the win.
Yep, you'll be taking on Lyra next. And a win there would clinch advancement.
I felt that tonight's win was very critical because all of the races in my group were extremely close. So I would get... So if I didn't win tonight, I would be close to the bottom of the bracket because of the way the tie breaks work. It's based on your total margin of victory.
That is correct. And Claris finishing up, again, all of 5 minutes behind.
Yeah, the seed, honestly, once you hit, like, for a lot of the time, it really felt either linear or it was nice that you could clean up everything in one pass. So it really came down to just execution. There weren't any real routing decisions to be made. I do have a question of you two, though. What did you think of the play to go to Cliff Cave and Bumper Cave before going to Mire?
I personally didn't agree with it. You have a dungeon just sitting before you, ready to go. You may just want to do it.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I would have done Desert first, like you, but then I would have went into Mire.
The reason why I did it like that is because, like, it can take a long time to find all of the items in Mire, and especially the big chest is very far out of the way. And also, I was at the time very scared of needing to go into T-Rock. So I was mostly looking for assurance that I didn't have to go into T-Rock, because I'm one of those people that will stay out of Ice Palace as long as possible when I'm looking for the last item I need for Go Mode, and it just ended up working out.
And joining us, our last runner of the night, Claris.
Oh boy, I hope this works.
Yep, we hear you loud and clear.
Hey,
Excellent.
Claris, GG.
GGT, man. Too much nervous energy.
Yeah, this was an excellent race all around. Nobody should be ashamed of the finish at all here.
I did a couple slip-ups early, but other than that, it was pretty solid. Oh my god.
Did you go up to Death Mountain with or without a lamp?
Oh crap. I went after I got the lamp.
I went before.
Yeah, that was one of the big things.
That helped out quite a bit, because when I found the mirror up there, because I wasn't expecting to find the mirror because of the way the items that I was getting and the information I had. I figured that that the mirror was probably someplace else, but when I saw it locked behind I think it was the position of hookshot kind of gave it away for me. That it was unlikely that the mirror was up there. And then when I found the mirror, I played the rest of the seed like I was way ahead.
Yeah. See, I grabbed the hook shot, and then instead of breaking sequence even further, I just decided to go to Dark World. And it paid off with the lamp, but I should have went to Dark World. I should have went to Death Mountain first.
But just as I said, execution-wise, I can't ask for any better than that. And if execution like that and good routing is not good enough to go deeper into this tournament, then so be it.
No. You had me there. I really thought I was behind pretty much once I saw Fire Rod in Desert.
In case,
So
anyone,
I was like running like crazy.
in
I
case,
was-
in case anyone is curious, by the way, the the pedestal contained a heart piece.
Also, when I saw that Fire Rod in Desert, I was really worried too, because I was actually debating on that's another reason why I didn't want to do Mire right away, is because if I complete Mire and then, because Bombos was there, I was thinking, what if the Fire Rod is required for Ganon's Tower? Because strictly speaking, the Fire Rod was not required for the seed.
No, it was not. No.
But I just wanted to cover all my bases because I thought I was ahead. But then when I was checking those other locations for boots, because I was worried about both boots and Fire Rod and Ganon's Tower, and once I checked those two, I started to think that the race was a lot closer.
Yeah. I mean, once I went over to the Mire area, I decided to do Desert first. And then that's when I got the big clue. Oh, crap. It's there, so then it was a mad dash over to Mire just to look, and then sure enough, it's there, and then I have to bounce back.
Yep. Out of the 4 runners, 3 of you did Desert first, but Zebra actually did Mire first, so that worked out really well in that they already had the boots for the torch when they went in.
Yeah. But no, congrats to you, Raikou, and I know you and who you will go. You know, you guys will go far. I hope you guys will go far.
Like, my goal, I'll be happy with top 16. Top 8 would be great. I don't think I'll get farther than top 8, but
How many people move on, out of curiosity?
60.
60.
60? All right.
Yeah, 30 groups, top 2 from each.
All right.
So other than the probably a little too defensive play at the end with the two with checking those 2 overworld spots, I don't think I really made too many mistakes. The only real execution error I had was I had a lot of trouble with the bomb jump in Ice Palace.
Really, nobody made too many mistakes.
No.
Yeah, it was really well run for all of our runners, so you guys did a great job with this seed.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I got a message for FailStream from Darian Prague. He says, "Tell Fail his beard is sexy." I think that's a good note to end on.
All right. Have a great night.
All right.
See you in brackets.
Everybody, this has been the quad race of the night, Group E and Group M for Randomizer Mania. Please follow all 4 of these excellent runners. clarisdatcom, FailStream, Zebra Unicorn, and raikourider. Follow my co-commentator Korek. Follow the restreamer Alvi. Follow the trackers Slim Kirby and Flaffykins. And if you want to see me do badly at this game, you can maybe kind of follow me.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Have an excellent night.